Hello everyone. Today we are going to cover the most important one-liners on the topic origin and evolution of Earth. So let's start. First one is the universe originated about 13.8 billion years ago through the Big Bang. Okay. So the most popular argument regarding the origin of universe is the Big Bang theory. मैं आपको इसके बारे में थोड़ा explain कर देती हूँ so that you can get a clarity about the topic. Okay. So around 13.8 billion years ago, what happened? The entire universe was packed. It was very, very tiny, very dense point. Then suddenly it started expanding, right? Okay. और इस phenomenon को क्या बोला गया? Big Bang. Okay. अब इसके बाद क्या हुआ? Universe began to expand and cool down. Initially it was very hot, and after the Big Bang, it began to expand and cool down. Okay. Now tiny particles were formed. Okay. So after that explosion, that big explosion, tiny particles were formed. Okay. Ab these particles joined to form atoms like hydrogen and helium. Okay. Now over millions of years, हमारे पास क्या बने? Stars, galaxies, planets, right? And our galaxy is Milky Way galaxy. Okay. So let me ask you a question. Is universe still expanding? So yes, it is still expanding. In 1929, Edwin Hubble showed the universe is expanding, right? Clear? Next one. The Big Bang marked the beginning of space, time, and matter. Okay? As I told you, hydrogen and helium were the first elements formed after the Big Bang. Next one. Galaxies were formed due to gravitational condensation of matter. Okay? So due to gravitational condensation, galaxies were formed. Our galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy, was formed billions of years ago, right? Next one. The solar system began forming about 4.6 billion years ago, right? Okay. The solar system was formed from a rotating cloud of gas and dust called nebula, right? So I will explain you nebular hypothesis. The modern nebular hypothesis was proposed by Immanuel Kant and modified by Pierre-Simon Laplace, right? So let me explain it a little bit. See, step one was formation of sun, right? If we talk about the formation of Earth, so we will first talk about the formation of sun. So around 4.6 billion years ago, क्या हुआ था? A huge cloud dust, right? A huge cloud of dust. इसको क्या बोला गया? Huge cloud of dust को क्या बोला गया? It was known as nebula, right? So it started collapsing due to gravity. ठीक है? It collapsed due to gravity. So this formed our solar system, and sun was at the center, right? Okay. नाउ अब सन के अराउंड क्या हुआ था, लेफ्ट ओवर डस्ट पार्टिकल्स जो थे दे स्टार्टेड स्ट्राइकिंग टुगेदर। ओके, अब ये जो डस्ट पार्टिकल्स थे दे स्टार्टेड स्ट्राइकिंग टुगेदर, ठीक है, smaller joined to form bigger rocks, and bigger rocks then collided. Okay? So smaller particles they join to form bigger rocks, and bigger rocks collided and form planet-sized bodies. Clear? और इस प्रोसेस को जो बिगर रॉक्स मिलके जिन्होंने प्लैनेट्स बनाए उस प्रोसेस को क्या बोला गया, इट वाज नॉन एज एक्रीशन, राइट, इट वाज नॉन एज एक्रीशन। Okay, and one of the growing bodies became our earth. Clear? Next one. The collapsing nebula flattened into a rotating disk called solar nebula, right? So the flattened disk, which was sorry, जो rotating disk बनी after collapsing nebula, उसको क्या बोला गया? Solar nebula, right? Next one. The sun was formed at the center of the solar nebula due to gravitational concretion. Clear? Small particles combined to form planetesimals. So मैंने बताया था कि small particles club हुए, combine हुए और उन्होंने planet-like structures form किए. So these were known as planetesimals. Okay. Now planetesimals collided and accreted to form protoplanets. Now जो स्मॉल रॉक लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स, स्मॉल प्लेनेट लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स फॉर्म हुए थे उनको हमने प्लेनेटसिमल्स बोला था। नाउ दीज प्लेनेटसिमल्स कोलाइडेड एंड जॉइंड accreted to form protoplanets, right? Next one. The earth was formed about 4.54 billion years ago. ठीक है, अर्थ कब फॉर्म हुई? अराउंड 4.54 billion years ago. Next one. The early Earth was extremely hot and in a molten state. Now, अब मैं आपको थोड़ा early Earth के बारे में बताती हूँ. Okay, so listen carefully. The early Earth was very hot and was in molten state, right? वो एकदम solid नहीं थी, ठीक है? It was, molten state में थी. तो क्या हुआ? Heavy metals जो थे, ठीक है? Heavy metals जो थे, heavy metals या heavy materials जो भी थे, जैसे कि like iron, वो दे सैंक टू द सेंटर, वो सेंटर में आके इकट्ठा हो गए। क्लियर? और उन्होंने क्या बनाया? अर्थ का कोर। इट फॉर्म्ड द कोर ऑफ अर्थ, ठीक है। और जो लाइटर मटेरियल्स थे, जो लाइटर मटेरियल्स थे, उन्होंने क्या बनाया? आपका अर्थ क्रस्ट, ठीक है। और जो वोल्केनिक गैसेस थी, ठीक है, जो वोल्केनिक गैसेस थी, उन्होंने अर्थ का अर्ली एटमॉस्फेयर बनाया। सॉरी, ठीक है। नाउ heavier elements like iron and nickel sank to form the core in the process called differentiation. So, जो मैंने बताया कि जो heavier elements थे वो center पे आके जमा हो गए, इकट्ठे हो गए, उस process को क्या बोला गया? Differentiation. So remember it. The process was known as differentiation. Okay. Lighter materials formed the mantle and the crust. So in the center it is core, then mantle, then crust. So according to density, particles settle down. Heaviest in the center, then heavier, then lighter ones. Okay, clear? Volcanic outgassing led to formation of primitive atmosphere. As I told you earlier, that volcanic gases ने अर्थ का प्रोटो एटमॉस्फेयर और प्रिमिटिव एटमॉस्फेयर बनाया, ठीक है। द अर्ली एटमॉस्फेयर लैक्ड फ्री ऑक्सीजन। जो अर्ली एटमॉस्फेयर था उसमें ऑक्सीजन की कमी थी, ऑक्सीजन नहीं थी, ठीक है। द कंडीशन वाज नोन एज is known as anaerobic, right? So the atmosphere was anaerobic at that time, right? Anaerobic means absence of oxygen, ठीक है। Then later क्या हुआ? The moon was formed due to the giant impact, okay? Moon जो है वो giant impact से form हुआ, remember it, according to giant impact hypothesis involving a Mars-sized body also, right? Remember this one. Next one, continuous cooling led to the formation of solid crust. Now materials started to cool down और continuous cooling से हमें क्या मिला? एक solid earth crust. Clear? Next one, water vapor condensed to form the first oceans around 4 billion years ago. ठीक है, उसके बाद जो अर्थ पे जो क्रेटर्स थे, जो जगह थी, उसमें क्या हुआ? वाटर वेपर्स कंडेंस हुए, ठीक है, और उन्होंने ओशंस बनाए. सो फर्स्ट ओशन अबाउट 4 बिलियन ईयर्स अगो वर फॉर्म्ड, राइट. नेक्स्ट वन, द अर्लीस्ट रॉक्स बिलोंग टू द आर्कियन इयन. मैं आपको बताती हूँ अभी इयन क्या होता है, इपॉक क्या होता है, पीरियड क्या होता है, ठीक है. So the Earth's history is divided into eon, eras, periods and epochs. ठीक है, so हम एक एक करके थोड़ा समझ लेते हैं. So first one is eon. So what is eon? It is the biggest division, right? हम किसी भी चीज को डिवाइड करते हैं तो पहले एक एक बड़ा डिवीजन बनाते हैं, फिर उसके अंदर छोटे 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 बनाते हैं, राइट. सो eon is the biggest division. It covers billions of years, right? For example, we are living in Phanerozoic era. Sorry, we are living in Phanerozoic eon. Okay. Now era. Era is smaller to eon. Okay. It covers hundred of millions of years. Okay. For example, Mesozoic era. So Mesozoic era किसको बोलते हैं? Age of dinosaurs. And we are living in Cenozoic era, right? ठीक है, उसके बाद आता है आपका periods. ठीक है, अब ये एरा से भी छोटा होता है, ठीक है. इट कवर्स टेंस ऑफ मिलियंस ऑफ इयर्स. एग्जाम्पल, जुरासिक पीरियड. क्लियर? देन लास्ट वन इज एपॉक. सो एपॉक इज द स्मॉलेस्ट वन. स्मॉलेस्ट डिविजन इज एपॉक and it covers few million years. Okay, for example, the Holocene epoch. Present time is Holocene epoch, right? Remember it. Next one is the first life forms appeared about 3.5 billion years ago in oceans. तो जो पहली लाइफ फॉर्म्स थी वो कब अपेयर हुई थी? 3.5 बिलियन ईयर्स अगो. कहाँ पे? ओशन में, ठीक है. चलो मैं एक इवेंट के बारे में बताती हूँ. देयर वाज अ ग्रेट ऑक्सीडेशन इवेंट, राइट? ग्रेट ऑक्सीडेशन इवेंट. इसमें क्या हुआ था? It happened around 2.4 billion years ago during Archean eon. ठीक है, Archean eon. ठीक है. सो अर्ली अर्थ जो थी उसपे कोई ऑक्सीजन प्रेजेंट नहीं थी. देयर वाज नो ऑक्सीजन. ठीक है। सो माइक्रोब्स और साइनोबैक्टीरिया जो थे, साइनोबैक्टीरिया इज ऑल्सो नॉन एज ब्लू ग्रीन एल्गी। सो माइक्रोब्स और साइनोबैक्टीरिया जो थे, दे स्टार्टेड फोटोसिंथेसिस। ठीक है। और फोटोसिंथेसिस से एक बाई प्रोडक्ट होता है ऑक्सीजन। सो दे रिलीज्ड ऑक्सीजन इन द एटमॉस्फेयर स्लोली। ठीक है, तो एटमॉस्फेयर में ऑक्सीजन वहां से बिल्डअप होने लगे। करेक्ट। सो साइनोबैक्टीरिया बिगेन photosynthesis releasing oxygen into the atmosphere. Clear? Next one. हाँ. The Great Oxidation Event occurred about 2.4 billion years ago, as I told you, explained you, right? Next one. The Proterozoic eon saw the development of multicellular organisms. So multicellular organisms कब appear हुए थे? In Proterozoic eon, right? Next one. The Paleozoic era witnessed the evolution of fishes, amphibians, and early reptiles. So ये questions पूछ लिए जाते हैं कि in which era fishes, amphibians, and reptiles appeared? So they were appeared in Paleozoic era, right? Next one. The Mesozoic era is known as the age of reptiles, especially dinosaurs. So dinosaurs appeared in Mesozoic era. They are known as the age of reptiles. मतलब era होता है कि इस era में ये organisms dominant थे. तो Mesozoic era में reptiles और dinosaurs were dominant, right? Next one. Cenozoic era is known as the age of mammals and marks the evolution of modern humans. So we are living in Cenozoic era, dominance of humans, mammals. Okay. So Cenozoic era is known as the age of mammals and marks the evolution of modern humans. Clear? So thank you very much for watching this session. If you like the video, if you like these one-liners, please subscribe the channel and share the video. And I will suggest you that you should write these one-liners, okay? And also, I will provide these PDF to my Telegram channel, which I will link. I will provide the link in the description box, so you can join that channel also. So thank you very much.